Shouts out BigSteve.
Shout out Michael Bisbin. What a guy. Early tease for UFC Mexico. I'm excited about this card. This has an aura of low-level Mexican scraps at elevation. And, I'm in the regional zone right now, and this card feels like a regional card. And we have totals, so let's see if we can make some money on it, right? Did I make money this week, as in, 2 hours ago? Yes, I did. Not much. I am the master of picking up scraps week by week and just adding up a little profit, but a big night is coming. So let's go through it and let's get straight into the card, right? What do we got? So in Cage Warriors, I didn't have much on. The best thing that I'm happy with is a pass on this Harry Shaw. A lot of people played Harry Shaw, but they're both bad grapplers. But I said, what happens if it's a striking fight? And Jan won. Wasn't brave enough to play him. I do regret Perkins. I said I like him as a dog. I regret Aronov and this Saba parlay. It's a bit chalky, but 2 round 1 KOs. I felt it in my gut. They were both going to get round 1 KOs, but it is what it is. Meme Grub, $3.50, easy cash. I bet that. And then the other dog was, where the hell is he? Emil Shafiri. That was horrible. I had a bad feeling about it. I gave it Pick'em. I had plus 135, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't like his cardio. It doesn't seem like he's fixed his cardio. We haven't seen it. Pel's not the best, but ultimately, that was an awful, awful bet. Like, he lost round 1. He lost the point from Mark Goddard. He looked gassed, and then he also blows his nose, and he gets a doctor stoppage. I was just cracking up. I'm like, wow. So I kind of felt like that would happen, and I had 600 and something on Mim, and then I lost 500 and something, so I made $165. In terms of regrets, I regret Curry, especially when a lot of line movement came in on old mate Aronov. I felt like this is a levels fight. Yes, Curry's not the best, but Aronov is just a fraud. And what else? Kind of regret Bagley. Yes, I was scared of the puncher's chance, but once he got past that, it was easy peasy. And that's pretty much it. I just regret the parlay, really. And that would have been like another, I was going to put a unit or a bit more unit to win like 500 and something, but that's all right. Is what it is. Let's go into the UFC, and this is very fresh. It only just happened. I made almost $500, $490 a unit. That sounds okay, but let's go through it, right? So straight away, I pass on the KO Fernandez. I like the under and I like the dog. Instead, I became a pansy and I just played Fernandez round 1 because I didn't even want to lose half a unit, and he ends up looking massive value. That won't hurt. I woke up to that at 4 a.m. to just covering. I knew Goran was washed, and unfortunate, I didn't take advantage of it. What could have been worse is if I played the under, I would have been tilted as all hell. But this is why I always choose the money line over the unders. And yeah, the money line was even better, so it should have been an easy half unit, but it is what it is. Lauren Fletcher, live bet Fletcher, 150. Lauren, 150 to win 360. 1-1 going into the third, and he was a $3 something underdog. That was strange. Anyway, I got that. Bannon Puja, literally no regret on passing on everything on that fight. I was going to play a little Puja, Bannon favorite, because I thought Puja's so negative. And Bannon had all the high favorite upside. But yeah, Leroy Duncan, I was going to play some inside the distance. The prices were bad. I'm really happy with myself there. Would have been very angry. I regret not playing Tabura, but not that much. He looked like shit. He almost got finished in round 2. And I thought he was a bit lucky to win that fight. Leon Kavanagh, nothing, but then I live bet 500 and something, a whole unit after round 1. It was $1.44. I thought it was a clear round 2, and he was most likely going to win round 3 again. So, yeah, 230 there. So far, the live betting is quite good. Lauren and Kavanagh. And then I live bet Padilla, $2.50, I think it was, after round 1. For some reason, Jay Herbert was minus 200. And at this point, I'm seeing a theme. Like, obviously, a lot of these English people are getting chalked. And, even live, they're getting chalked. The English people just cannot wait to live bet the hometown guy, even though he's not doing anything. So I thought Padilla won round 1. And I was actually going to live bet Padilla rounds 2 and 3 anyway. I thought he was going to come on strong. His cardio looked a lot worse than Jai Herbert's. But luckily, Jai threw the fight away. So I win another split decision there. So, 2 for 2 in split decisions. I'm like $750 up. I'm almost 2 units up. And I'm like, here we go. Just have a bad feeling. 7 years of doing this. This has happened to me many, many, many times. My only money line, Morgan Charrier, I got 600 on it, more than a unit, because I'm like, I'm going to start being a pansy. And of course, I almost lose my entire profit on my only money line bet. It looked like shit. I was going to reduce. I was actually going to go out fully out of my bet. And just because I'm like, man, I haven't had, with the Cage Warriors, it's almost $1,000. Call it a day. And I've been saying I was going to do that for the last few weeks, and I keep losing my profit. And then I've done it again. But I said I didn't want to be a pansy. And I was like, fuck it, just be brave. And I can probably get out live because Wood usually drops the first round. And then there you go. He drops Morgan and shit happens. So I'm down to $140 now. I'm trying to be positive about it. I bet Vucenic round 2, sub. I didn't really want to play the under a chalky price. A lot of money's coming on it, under 2.5. I didn't want to play the under 1.5, which my boy Dog had. He thought there was a bit more value, and I agreed. But Vucenic has gone over 1.5 quite a bit. I thought the most correlating thing was Vucenic sub. I didn't really think Duncan would sub him because, never been subbed, and he's quite a good grappler. And, I mean, Duncan's sub was pretty much a guillotine, and we just seen it. So I was like, what are the odds, right? And, yeah, they round 2 sub. And so that's funny compared to... No, it looks like my Wi-Fi is going to shit. It looks like round 2 sub was probably quite similar to Vucenic round 2 sub. So I lost $50 there. It's funny, I'll tell a little story. I call up to live bet Duncan when Vucenic, he went all the way to $1.77 from being a massive favorite to $1.77. I was like, man, this is Duncan's. When I saw that takedown attempt by Vucenic, I was like, yeah, this is he's not going to win this fight. I go to live bet it. I get all the way to the stage of confirming my bet. I say, yes, $500 please on Duncan. As the guy goes to confirm, Duncan gets taken down and he's going for the guillotine. And the guy's like finalizing now. And then he freezes. And then Duncan gets a tap. And I was like, man. So I'm a little bit not tilted, but I'm like, just calm down. You're $90 in profit. It's peanuts, but, I've been here before. So I bet Tanara $50 sub. I win $200 there. That should have been like a half unit, but it is what it is. Nothing on Holland Nelson. I really should have. I tried to live bet Holland after round 2 at $1.44. It was pretty much like the Leon fight, Kavanaugh. And yeah, I live bet Carlos Olberg after round 1, $1.76. And I found that interesting. I thought he won round 1. And traditionally, Jan has horrible strike cardio. So I was like, this makes no sense. I think Olberg should separate. He barely did. But there you go. Won another $280 there, which put me back to $500, $4.90 and $490. So I was like, whatever, 1 unit after going up and down. And then Sean Brady. I was always going to be on Sean Brady. I didn't understand Leon Edwards. I was like, fuck it. It's a hard fight to get a read on. I think Leon will have some success early. I will live bet it. He does have success early, but as soon as Sean Brady hit him, I was like, man, Leon is so slow in there. Sean is competing on the striking. I go to live bet. It's a pick'em. I thought Brady would be a dog. And I was like, I bail. And then right before the round starts, I go back and it's $1.60. I was like, oh, man, I should have put a little bit on just so I don't get FOMO. And then I pass on $1.60. And there you go. Round 2 takedown. We never had anything. It looked freaking minus 1,000. So that's one of my biggest regrets. So the biggest regrets were not putting half a unit on Kyle Fernandez and not having Brady in any shape or form. But it is what it is. I'm happy. 490, 600 and something with Cage Warriors. Let's do a little overview. Right, not long ago, I was, before the last event of February, I was $3,500 down. That is 7 units, which has never happened to me. 7 units down. And then, obviously, I got the Robocop Cannoneer one. I only had 2 bets. And then we go into March and, Asu Cup, that should have been $500. I was going to put 2 units on Cup. I was still going through the wedding stuff and I didn't have time to tape. And then KSW should have won more. UFC profited. Cage Warriors profited. UFC last week really should have profited. Cage Warriors won peanuts and UFC. So almost $2,000. It's something, as I said, I'm just scraping by. I only have 1 unit, one unit day or more than 1 unit, which is Palatone, Ankalaev, and Leon was barely a unit, KSW barely a unit. But we're getting there. There's a lot to improve on. I'm clearly not as fully locked in. The leans are perfect. Leans are perfect, but I'm just not locked in with how I'm making my decisions. Capitalize on the leans. But hey, I'm not going to complain about $2,000 profit for the month. Hopefully next week, do a bit better, and I handle maybe 6 units for the month, and that'll be a success, and I can build on that. Alrighty, let's see what we got in the comments while I eat my food. Has anyone thought lucrative MMA looks like Steve Erceg? Yeah, it's unfortunate, but a few people have said it. Big Bird, summary of this week, Cage Warriors a joke, all their prospects flare out. Yeah, they've been a joke for a while. Uncle Easy, shout out. Sup Gaucho, sup Holland. Appreciate it, Evan. Litz, shout out Kevin Holland, man, cash me a max bet. Wow, you're a brave, brave man having a max bet on Kevin Holland. But alas, you got to be brave to make money, I guess. Some would say maybe stupid. Alrighty, let's get into this card. And apparently, we have totals. So let's have a look. This is elevation, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. What do we got? What do we got? So first fight of the night, it's Austin Hubbard, MarQuel, Mederos. What a weird way to spell MarQuel. What's with the large Q in the middle of his name? Anyway, let me have a little refresh up. This guy's minus 200. I already know a sharpish friend that played him. Played the chalk. Yeah, he had a competitive fight with Landon Quinones. I played him as a massive underdog against Isakov. Yeah, I don't know. I get it. You know, Austin Hubbard's not the greatest, but minus 200. I don't know. Austin Hubbard was at a massive disadvantage versus Alexander Hernandez, and he made that competitive. So I don't see why he potentially couldn't make this competitive, but I obviously have to do some tape. But I'm not really rushing at minus 200. No, thank you. No, thank you. What are the totals on this fight? What do we got? It's probably going to be some juiced over. Yeah, massive, massive juiced over. Let's move on. Jamall Emmers versus Gabriel Miranda. What is this? Don't even have total. Don't even have any odds on this fight. Am I saying that right? Cool. Well, will Miranda, as a potentially massive dog, warrant a play? Let me have a look. I don't think Emmers has really been subbed, has he? He's been knocked out a lot. All I know is if he's any massive, massive favorite, I know he can't be trusted. Oh, that's right. He was heel hooked by Pat Sabatini after hurting him. And that's his only sub loss. Now, I got triangle choke 2015, but what can you take from that? The under could potentially be good here. Gabriel Miranda just finished by that massive bum. Morgan Chairez. Choked out Shane Young means absolutely nothing. Would have liked to see the total there. It's probably going to be at 1.5, and it's probably going to be slight chalk, let's be honest. All right, let's move on. The lads are saying Emmers is minus 220 on some books. Yeah, that seems accurate. The lads are saying as big as elevation as it gets in the UFC. Wow, okay. Pirate, what you have for LFA? Nothing, my friend. I taped the whole card. I don't like anything. Consider fading Montello at minus 200, but it just feels like a regional shit show. Alrighty. Rafa Garcia, Vinc Pichel, massive favorite. It makes sense. Rafa can go for takedowns. Pichel, he's a grizzled vet, but he's been taken down many times. Lost to Mark Madsen, an old, decrepit Mark Madsen. That's a bad look, but again, ain't no way you're laying this price on Rafa Garcia. It's kind of like Vucenic over Duncan. They just don't feel like parlay pieces. Feels like a competitive fight. Yeah, I mean, this is a dog or pass. I'm not really rushing to tape it. What is Pichel, like 40 years old? What's the under? Big plus money. Durable as all hell. Let's move on. My boy Lou. Steve, are you excited for my award-winning Rosas imitation on air next week? I am, Lou. I'm excited to have you back. I'll be there. Either in person or in spirit. 6 Hound. Don't spoil it for me. Julia Polastri, Lupita Godinez. Interesting fight. Interesting fight. Lupita Godinez as a favorite. Again, what could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Potentially, Polastri could match her physicality, right? She did rinse Corey McKenna in the first 2 rounds because of the physicality alone. But she still has issues with takedown defense. In round 3, we saw that in round 3 more often. She's meant to fight Yasmin Yarugi. This is short notice, right? Because Yasmin had... How many fights cancelled? Yasmin was meant to fight Barbosa, and then she was meant to fight Polastri, who I assume was on short notice, and then Yarugi pulled out. Interesting. But, yeah, I don't know. I do not try Godinez. First of all, with takedown. Secondly, her trash. And on the feet, she's hittable as all hell. I remember I played Mackenzie Dern against her at Pick'em. First of all, I don't like Pick'em fights. And second of all, I don't like Mackenzie Dern fights. And I actually felt comfortable that I had a lot of value there. It just tells you all you need to know about what I think about Lupi Godinez. Almost lost a split decision to Ricci, so there you go. Yeah, it's going to be... Got to look into it, but surely Polastri will make some improvements at 27. How old is Lupi? 31. Yeah, dog will pass. I don't envision a way that Lupita looks value. Actually, Polastri would probably be a good live bet. Costa versus C-Rod. C-Rod is back, and he's finally getting a guy that's not really the biggest prospect. That's interesting. To cool the Jets a little bit. Cool the Jets. He's a slight favorite. Interesting. Pirate. Lindbergh just got me himself for a bottom. Man, I would have loved the unders. I would have loved unders on that fight, but Dave Mason, if you listen to the show, I'm always surprised you listen to the show. You're slacking, mate. You're slacking. Give me some totals on Cage Warriors and bloody LFA. Would have cleaned up. So Costa, good striking, stick and move. I mean, that fight with Andre Fili is just completely useless. What the hell was that? The slowest ever guillotine choke setup I've ever seen in life, and the slowest defense. I remember it almost gets nobody because you see it coming from a mile away. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is a competitive striking fight. I don't think Christian Rodriguez is that good on the feet. I think he looks good when he's fighting a lot of these strikers that don't really have the comfort level on the feet. Costa will throw a lot of kicks to the body. He's got great volume. Christian probably could get some wrestling going. Costa has lost before to grappling many times to Gomez, Moises, and Garcia, mounted him and beat the shit out of him. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to say dog or pass. It's a pretty closely lined fight. So, but yeah, I know for a fact that I'm not really interested in C-Rod, especially at elevation at this line. No, thank you. Let's say dog or pass. Melquizael Weasel. That's how I'm leaning. Maybe Melk by decision. C-Rod could grapple. That's how I'm feeling. Parky. He's a very physical guy, even at featherweight. He's built like his mate Gastelum. Alrighty, Ateba Gautier making his debut versus Jose Medina, and obviously they want him to get a win. He's a very, very green African fella. They did the same thing with Masala a week ago. They brought back Carlos Vera to try to give him a win, and didn't work out. I do think Carlos Vera is still miles and miles better than Jose Medina. Unfortunately, the Jose Medina experiment could end here. Lost to Magomed and Zachary Reese. Nah. He's probably got one more fight after this. But yeah, I mean, I know he survived Reese, and I know he survived Magomed Gadzisuyev, who can't do anything. He's got no power at all. But this Ateba guy, proper African banger. So I wonder what the total is here. Let me just see. Well, we don't have the total for C-Rod fight. That's cool. It's probably going to be a juiced over anyway. It's going to be a 1.5, and it's going to be $1.70. Oh, $1.65. Wow, what a guess. I don't know, man. It's obviously going to correlate with the African, so maybe just play African round 1. But he has, I just remembered, he has terrible, terrible get-ups. terrible get-ups, but he beat the shit out of that Japanese wrestler whenever he got up or whenever he threw something. So, yeah, Medina sucks at wrestling too, so I have to look into it. It's scary. It's scary, trying to fade Medina's striking durability. But we'll see. Kind of have to play around 2-3 on Homer Simpson. Yeah, I'm not really into that. If my bet can lose with one punch, live bet is always there, so I might just do that. All right. Wow, Lupita Godinez is actually minus 200. Jesus, I didn't think it was that bad. What's the total? Another juiced over. Wow, the totals are really, really disappointing me this week. Pathetic. All right, Edgar Chairez versus CJ Vergara. Actually, I was meant to bring a guest on. Let me just invite him. I completely forgot. Whoops. Invite. And then because he actually has a bet on this fight. So CJ Vergara versus old mate Chairez. I like Chairez. I think he's an underrated fighter. Very close to, upsetting Van by finish as well, multiple times. And other than that, tough matchups. Tatsuro Taira and Carpenter on Contender Series. So he's very, very good. I hope he wins more fights. It's a winnable fight here. I'm glad they gave him that Daniel Lacerda. He has very good guard game, both guillotines and triangles and arm bars. Good calf kicks. CJ is just a bum, man. He's a bum. He is a punching bag. But he's got some good cardio. So will that pay off here against Chairez? Maybe Chairez has started off well and lost in rounds 2 and 3 before. But it's chalky, man. It's bloody chalky. It's got to be competitive. Yeah, CJ almost lost the decision to Vinc Salvador. Almost. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do think Chairez should be the favorite, but the line is just so unappealing. Worse than minus 200. That's a bit of recency bias because he did well against old mate Van. What's the total? Let me just put in my friend.
Hello.
Beautiful. How you going?
The shirt is so dirty. Good. Oh, is this the first fight of the night?
No, I just I actually forgot about it, and I plowed through half the card.
Oh, great. Okay.
But yeah, and then looking at Edgar Chairez and looking at his headband, I was like, wait a minute, I'm meant to have a guest on that wears headbands, and then I remembered you, and then yeah. But I've been just speeding through them. So you can give us. I remember that you have a play on Chairez. That's why I kind of remembered you.
Yeah. The lines moved a bunch. I don't know if you checked the market, but there may be some money coming in on Chairez, and maybe me. So yeah, I played him at 230. I give him 75% personally. I taped the fight. He has bad takedown defense, but Vergara is not really pushing that pace. I really just think he's drawing to a thin split decision fight. And Chairez, I don't really see how CJ cooks him late because Chairez has pretty good cardio. And I don't really see Vergara as a UFC level fighter. He's a decent, a Fury FC champion. He doesn't have a good UFC win. He doesn't have a good UFC performance. And Chairez is much younger, more physical. He's had some good performances, competed with guys like Tyra and other fighters like that. So yeah, I just think the line was really short. I think he wins 3 out of 4 times. So I think he should have been 75%, minus 300. So minus 235 was plenty good for me.
Interesting. I mean, I think both these guys are Fury FC level, but
really, you think that? I can't say I agree.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I take that back. I think I was just literally just saying that Edgar's good, and I hope he stays in the UFC. So
yeah, he was. I mean, he's one of the guys that made people rethink their opinion on Josh Van. Like, he's one of the guys that made people think that Josh Van was going to lose to Ray Cesaro. Josh Van was going to lose to Cody Durden, and he had a bunch of flaws to his game. But obviously, Chairez is good. He dropped Tyro on his ass, almost sub Tyro. Competed really well with Clayton Carpenter, who we've seen. He had Clayton Carpenter shooting for his life, so also a guy who we've seen is pretty solid. And like, I don't really see like much of like Vergara upside here outside of like, I mean, what's he gonna do?
I don't know, just pressure, I guess.
Yeah, pressure and eat straight right hands down the pipe and calf, probably.
He's a punching bag.
Yeah, and he's small
No,
too.
good.
Probably gets guillotine.
Yeah. Oh, triangle maybe.
Yeah.
Even
if he's getting top time, he's not safe. You know.
I was just wiki capping to see CJ's submission. He did alright against Asu, but I don't think Asu is that dangerous with his.
I thought he got cooked by Asu a little. Oh no, he did. He competed with Asu, but he just kind of scrambled around. But yeah, I don't really think Asu's like that incredible of an offensive grappler.
No. He's a good wrestler though. Yeah, so the total is not bad. On the 2.5 rounds plus 170. I get it. They're both durable, but yeah. In terms of everything else, I literally don't like anything at first glance. All the totals are trash. Jamall Emmers, don't even have a total there. I mean, MarQuel Mederos, minus 200. Costa Malzek Costa kind of interested in me, and I didn't mind the under for the Ateba Gautier, but it's minus money against Jose Medina, who showed to have heart. So, but this African, let's be honest, this African freaking cracks, man. I was on the Japanese dude to pick him after all the CLV, because I thought his ground game is disgusting, which it was. He couldn't get up for the rest of the round. But every time he grazed the Japanese guy, it was like it's just the cut opened up and the Japanese guy was like, get me out of here, man. So, yeah, other than that, Garcia, I mean, look at these lines, man. Garcia, massive favorite. Lupita Godinez, minus 200. Elevation, like, it's just, yeah, that's where I'm at. That's why I was like zooming through them and I completely forgot about it. But so far, maybe potentially Polastri live bet if you don't like her dog odds right now, but she's probably be improving.
I like Milk.
Yeah, it makes sense. I said that C-Rod really not the best striker. He just kind of looks it against grapplers that are not comfortable on the feet.
Yeah. I kind of think Mel can stuff takedowns and just circle on the outside and get volume off.
I mean, it's what he does, right?
Yeah, like I think he should be the favorite. I personally think he should be the favorite, honestly.
Interesting.
He's got better takedown defense than the Shaylin Nerd and Beak fight. Like if you go back and watch the Moises fight, and then like I know that Feely took him down, but it was off like a caught kick. So yeah, sure that he could like get a caught kick and that's fine. But I don't know if C-Rod really has like the jiu-jitsu to control him. So
yes, I do know that he's a striker, but I'm saying it's not that great. His margins are not.
He's a good boxer. Yeah, his boxing's good.
He's very clean. I like it, but from a betting perspective, in terms of power and whatnot, he doesn't separate. So, alrighty, you're just in time for Lazy Boy versus Kevin Borjas, and yeah, this fight is probably. I'm not a fan of Lazy Boy. His time is coming, and almost got killed by old mate Ode, and then I live bet it massively, and I was still sweating. Ode almost won round 3. Like that wasn't on the bingo card. It wasn't meant to happen. But he's just not the best fighter. He's just sloppy, and he's always a good live bet though. He comes on strong. But this old mate Borjas, yeah, this is I'm contemplating it. Although I'm still a bit salty from when I played his underdog line against Alessandro Costa, and he just flaked massively in that one from calf kicks, and then fell apart. But yeah, dog a pass for me, but it feels like one that I'm gonna have to tape. What do you think?
No interest. Yeah, I bet Lazy Boy in his last fight at like minus 120, 125. I think me and Pierce were on a collab play, but yeah, I don't feel great about that bet. It's probably a little bit of value just because it's Ode Osborne, but I think Borjas is better. But then it's like if Lazy Boy gets him down and takes his back, like what the hell does this look like? He actually has pretty good back control. Like I thought his back control over Ode was actually really impressive. Like just getting in a body triangle, just mauling somebody like that is not. not easy to do. Now he probably could scramble though because he fought the that dude on Contender, who's a pretty good back taker. Yeah, he scrambled really well, and then that guy gassed out. So honestly, yeah, I mean, Borjas could be the side, but then he kind of seems like a low IQ fighter that has issues like with just. I mean, yeah, the Costa fight was just kind of really bad.
Yeah, and the total is kind of interesting, plus 160. But I mean, Rodriguez, if he's not getting a sub, or if he's not getting killed himself, he's very durable. I think both these guys are durable, and the one guy that
that over is minus 200.
It is.
That's not. I feel like the over is probably good. Both guys seem like ultra durable, honestly.
Yeah, but I can't really play minus 200 for this. Like, it's like a magic number where I'm turned off unless it's an under 1.5.
199 you'd be in.
Exactly. We'll wait for Gugabe to give me that line, and then I'll lose my money on it. All right. Speaking of bad IQs, Simon Oliveira, this guy's back. Tony Gravely, Daniel Marcos. Yeah, I mean, I agree. David Martinez should be the favorite, but I mean, another line, man. What is this? This is just wild. $1.25 for a decision merchant. Yeah, I got nothing to say about this fight. I don't know if I'm going to be brave enough to play Simon Oliveira at $4. Surely he's improved.
How old is he?
The over 2.5 rounds is decent. $1.61. 11 cents better than minus 200.
Dude, I don't even remember this Simon Oliveira guy's game, to be honest.
He's like a sloppy Muay Thai guy, and he just sells out for the guillotine. He dropped for like 13 guillotines against Tony Gravely. Then he seems very durable, but then Marcos knocked him out when I was on him as an underdog. And he just gassed in 3 minutes. So he's a bit of a absolute idiot. Like, he's the stupidest fighter that I've seen. So yeah, what is there to say? Hold up. Dylan Montello is fighting right now. Shit. We'll see if there was any value at minus 200 on the.
Oh yeah, rank. I had a bet on the guy fighting Giannetti, and he got on top. He was competing and then got on top with a minute left and got guard subbed by Giannetti. So that was funny to watch.
Dude, I would have loved the under so bad.
Oh, dude, all the unders would have been great.
Black Spartan might be the most inaccurate nickname of all time. He's neither black or a Spartan. Is that a yeah. He's Mexican. Should have been called the Black Honcho or something. I don't know. Anyway, Raul Rosas Jr., Vince Morales. I mean, yeah, he should probably win this. Vince has lost to a bunch of grapplers before. Raul, not that impressive. Wasn't that impressive against other Tang, but he did like what you need to do. He showed that he can win round 3. He showed that he can pace himself. Yeah, I mean, Vince Morales, I hate betting on this guy, dude. I lost to Elijah Smith. That was only a month ago. Shit.
Yeah.
Getting active.
Yeah.
Getting active. Do we think he can submit Raul Rosas? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. No, he'll try his freaking Peruvian.
He'll try a Peruvian necktie.
Yeah. Hey, it's a good one. He had a really close one on Elijah Smith. But
it's such a low percentage that I kind of am hoping that the line comes in on Rosas. I think Rosas wins pretty easily here.
Yeah, it's the first thing that was sticking out to me. Now that I have a Neds account again, you can't go wrong with Rosas plus round 1 takedown to pump it up to minus 200 at least.
Oh yeah, I can't get that.
I took like a year off and now I got it, so it's probably gonna lose.
Morales is gonna pull a guillotine in round 1.
No, he's gonna take round 1 off. He's gonna take round 1 off.
Morales is gonna jump guillotine in round 1 and get his back taken and submitted, and they're not gonna count the takedown.
He was rear naked choked by Domingo Pilata years ago, but I think he has good submission defense. Like Zahabi, Smolka, Draco Rodriguez, Miles Johns.
He hasn't really faced a guy that has good offensive submissions.
Yuki Motoya, maybe. Yeah, you're right. But
Yuki's a good. I bet him against Yuki, but I don't know. I kind of feel like that was fortunate in hindsight.
Yeah, that was a strange spot. Yuki is so inconsistent, man. You just don't know what the hell that guy's going to do. All right, Kevin Gastelum and Joe Piper. This is the talk of the town. We've got Parky, the man that loves a losing underdog. He's already talking about playing Gastelum without any tape, which makes perfect sense.
Where's he in the chat? He's already going to tell me that Gastelum cooks him down the stretch.
He just said Rosa sucks,
Yeah,
which,
there we go. If they're a favorite, they suck.
Here we go. Uncle Weezy has a good nickname for Martinez. The Green Gaucho. That's good.
That's tough. I like that. I like that, Weez.
Rosas at elevation against the competent grappler minus 200. I mean, is Morales a competent grappler? I think that's
a guy who can a guy who fights MMA. Yes.
A guy who trains jiu-jitsu. We'll go with that. A guy who has a good Peruvian necktie. We'll go with that. He actually is rear naked choke the competent grappler in Ricky Tercios. That's a pretty impressive win.
That it is. Well,
hello,
Ricky Tercios.
Dude, I actually didn't think he would submit him, but yeah, so props to him. Yeah, I don't know, man. I get it. Well, I think we all faded Piper, right? Last time out with Hermanson. That was a great bet.
I actually played Hermanson like pick him after round 3.
Well, I played him after round 1. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long, but I just kind of wanted to see Piper like be done, if that makes sense. Because once I felt like Piper showed that he was pretty much done and cooked, like, I felt like then it was time for me to enter. But
yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. No, I didn't even realize. Like, I was so big on after round 1 that it's like I was sweating because it was so slim margins. Hermanson was just so negative. But yeah, I mean, Kevin's going to be there. Calvin, he's going to have no regard for his defense. He showed against Brady that he doesn't know how to not throw naked leg kicks. Joe Piper can probably go for takedowns on him. I forgot that he beat Daniel Rodriguez. Yeah, that was such a. I wish I smashed that minus 200 before round 3, but everyone in the Discord was like, oh, it's 1-1, or they were like, oh, it's 2-0 for us. I was like, oh man.
I was loading up. I think I remember Pierce saying that he was loading up. I was loading up with him there.
Yeah, I should have loaded up. But that was a washed. D-Rod. But yeah, Joe Piper, different story. I don't know, man. Obviously not advocating for Joe Piper money line, but what's the total?
Did Dale and Montello get a KO one yet?
I need some updates, boys. What the hell is this?
6 Hound, please.
I got no money, but I'm sweating. I'm already sweating. I need to know the result.
You need to know if your lean was right so you can talk about it on the next LFA podcast.
Yeah, no, so I can cry about not making $250. Yeah, wow. The over 2.5 is $1.74. So the under is taking a lot of action then.
What?
It's trending towards Pick'em. It's a bit interesting.
I lean overs. It's going to be like a sweaty middleweight over with like probably 250 significant strikes, or which would be great for the overs if Piper tries to grapple.
Yeah, but I think that's probably how it dies. He gets him down and he gets an arm triangle because Calvin has just dropped the ball many times on the ground. I'll never forget that heel hook against Hermanson. I was such a bum. I was just like, I was chasing and I was like, oh, how do I make my money back? And round 1 sub was paying so much and I just bet it. And I was like, wow, I'm a goat. But it made no sense at all to bet that shit.
No.
This fight, I'm excited about this fight, man. Manuel Torres, Drew Dober. Pick him. It makes sense. It makes fucking sense. Both hittable, but I'm going to say Dober probably has the better chin, to be honest. But yeah, on some books, Torres is going to slight favorite. That's interesting. And the under 1.5 rounds is worse than minus 200. You're not a fan of that? I can see you shaking your head.
No, they both are super durable.
Well, I thought that, but then the way that he folded to Bahamondes, who I don't think is the best, that doesn't have the strongest hands. Like, obviously, he kept running into a counter, right? But
yeah.
And then you go back and you're like hurt by Duncan, which we both played him against, then hurt by Mota, and you're like, oh, he has an iron chin. But then you see how Bahamondes folded him. It's like, maybe it's all right, but maybe it's not the best chin, you know?
Yeah, when you have no defense.
Yeah. No. Oh, no, it's tempting me. Let me...
it probably is accurate, honestly.
Yeah. It's hard with the striking fights, you know? Because sometimes they might just come in and be patient. Isn't Drew Dober coming off a knockout loss to Gene as well?
Yeah, cut stoppage wasn't like a.
Yeah, but he had a lot of shit there. Like, that was brutal. How many times he got dropped? And he was
I don't
he was
even
a
think
blood.
I don't think he didn't even get like dropped. I think he got like dropped to a knee a couple times. We never got like drop.
Yeah. He got dropped to a knee, and then he got dropped to a knee badly with a spinning elbow, and then Herb was like, "Yeah, that's enough." His face was fucked.
Jeez, he still ate that shit, honestly.
Maybe Manuel Torres can get a sub, right? I was impressed the way he ragdolled Chris Duncan, man. I watched that today, and it's just like ragdolling the shit out of him. I was like, what the hell? That's a strong man, I think.
Yeah, that could actually be the because Dover's gonna pressure him. You know what I mean? So he might want he might go to grapple and try to
and he's gonna do those brutal teeps, and then Dover's gonna be like, oh, I don't want to be sitting out here eating these teeps to the gut.
Huh.
I mean, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Last 12 fights in under 1 round, including his 3 losses. So it makes sense. All right, main event. This doesn't really make sense to me. Steve Astro Boy is on that Alexander Rakic contract. Lose to Pantoja, get Kai France. Lose to Kai France, get a title contender in Moreno. So he's probably going to be 3-0 now. Brandon Moreno covered minus 200 against Albazi, but I don't think this fight is as easy. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it's as easy, and I don't like. Moreno looked really good against Albazi, so it's kind of like he probably beat the washed allegations because he definitely had AIDS against Royval, who like in theory is like a pretty. Royval's not the best, but he's like a difficult matchup for a lot of guys because he just spams so much bullshit. And if you're not just constantly rinsing him on the mat. No way! Montello's cooking. No way! No! No way!
I don't even know if this is true because it's
Pierce. I know.
Yeah, I wish there was more trustworthy sources in the chat.
Oh, no.
Well, who knows?
Pierce has me going through, and then this dude is like, he's about to get RNC'd by another bomb. I don't know if this is true. I saw my Discord.
Dodge the bullet, minus 200.
Wait, let me see if this is actually true. I'm actually going to be a little annoyed because I was thinking about betting him as like a meme.
Man, fuck that. I will never put money on Montello, ever. I know some of you lads had him in his contender series, and then you could just see the rear naked choke flag coming. Slowly. Cool. Well, yeah, I don't know what to make of this. I think Astro Boy could randomly beat Brandon Moreno. So there's that.
Yeah, Montello actually knocked him out.
That's great. I love it. That's so funny.
Apparently they were just like swinging in the pocket and he killed him.
That's great. Yeah. Dominates Camelo Kirk and then just loses to Montello. That's regionals for you. What's the totals on here? Steve Erceg versus Moreno. I reckon minus 200, 4.5. Wow. Way worse than minus 200.
What is it?
$1.38. I don't know what the hell that is. Disgusting.
What's almost minus 300? 280?
Yeah. Almost. Yeah.
It's awful.
It's going down. Like people are betting. I don't know what the hell people are doing. It's worse than the Leeds Vittori.
People are betting the over there?
No, they're betting the over at like a disgusting price.
Why?
I don't know, man. Don't know. We'll never understand any of this. That's pretty much it, man. It's kind of sad how what's not sticking out for this card, really. Do you have a thought on Mederos at minus 200 Austin Hubbard?
Dude, I'm probably gonna bet Hubbard, honestly.
I can't believe you're fading Pirate at minus 200.
He'll live. He'll forgive me. Yeah, Hubbard's like the GOAT split decision merchant, honestly.
That's what I mean. Like, he's had a tough matchup against Hernandez, and he made it competitive.
Yeah, Hernandez is better than Mederos, honestly.
Damn, apparently he put him on a stretcher.
No way!
I did not see that from the tape, I'll be honest. He couldn't even knock out Hassan Zada, dude.
he did drop Hassan Zada bad, though.
Yeah, many times. Wheezy, they're betting the over because Moreno is impossible to finish, and because Moreno... I mean,
Moreno's
a bit of a stretch. I think Moreno didn't he finish like Figgy like 2-3 times? And
Yeah,
then he should have really finished Albazi. That's like as close as you can get to a beating without finishing someone. But I think he has underrated power, Moreno. He's got a little bit of pop in his hands. And, I mean, it's been a while since Kai Kara France knocked someone dead, and Steve Erceg has no defense. So,
none.
I mean, it just makes no sense, man. Like, in 5 rounds? Come on.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
You could have said the same thing about Brady today. Like, Edwards has never been finished. Play the over, and boom, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Easy under.
Levels.
All right, that's it, man. That's it. You have another play, don't you? Other than Chairez?
Yeah, I bet Melk.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I like Melk a lot. Like I bet it for a unit, but like I at 140, just the best price I could get. Like there's some 150s out there. I think it's good. I think it should be Pick'em, like, or Melk's slight favorite personally. Like I don't know how much grappling upside I really give C-Rod. And if they strike, I favor Melk on the feet, just at range with the kicks. So
well, Melk is a black belt too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good. His jiu-jitsu is good.
Well, P says he slows down, but who knows?
He slowed. There are some fights on his regional tape where he slows down, and he definitely slowed down in the Lingo fight too. But he also threw like 150 significance, or like not even like 300 significant strikes. So, and I don't know if C-Rod even is going to have. I cannot. I have to watch this so bad now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. You got anything to add before we get out of here?
No, I'm gonna get off this and probably. What's the price on Hubbard?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. It is plus 160.
Is that the best price? I feel like there's got to be a better one out there.
There's a worse one. There's plus 150.
I thought I saw some 80s I thought I saw some 80s out there.
I only on Fight Odds. I only have two books, so I'm not using Bet365 or anything because all
right. Let me look because I actually taped it earlier because Pirate said he liked Mederos, and I don't agree, but
if so, who the hell is betting him beyond the minus 200?
I don't know, dude. I just doesn't make any sense to me. He's not going to take him down. 65, 60, 65, 65. Yeah, there's some 65s out there. There's a 65 on Bet Online right now. It's probably good.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said plus 160, but I just left the 5 out. But it's the same shit.
Okay, same shit, same, but different. That's. I mean, Hernandez is a better fighter than Mederos, honestly.
Could be. All right, let's kick it, man. That's enough. Almost 50 minutes.
Did you bet anything for one?
No, because I haven't had a chance to tape. It's not on archive. Go on, man, Preet. Get onto it, mate.
I bet you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, but I can't bet it because I'm pretty sure it's off Bet Online. But on Bet, I don't know, 1:30 here. But on Bet365, I've got 5 more hours.
Oh, okay. So, I was gonna say
I don't have a Bet365 account anymore.
They take it off at they're taking it off at 11 on Bet Online. But
how many hours is that?
It's 30 minutes.
Oh shit! All right, well I guess I'll get to it.
Yeah, I mean, just my thoughts on it. It's like Yuya is what, almost 10 years younger, and their first fight was competitive before the ref like pretty much took over the fight. He like pulled a Goddard and pretty much like made them start. They started giving out yellow cards for no reason. So Yuya was like shooting relentlessly for no reason and stuck his head into a guillotine. But he was taking Marias down and stuff. And Marias is like 36, 37 now. Yuya's kind of in his prime. And after watching the first fight, I feel like the line should be like relatively close. So
I do love Yuya. I've been on him a couple of times. So
yeah, we've been on him a couple of times. He's the man.
Yeah, he was a massive dog once, and then the other time we faded that bum Hawaiian at like chalk.
Nakatina at like minus 150. Oh, The
A
lines are hilarious.
a little bit sweaty, but also
Yeah.
value at the same time.
All those lines were like hilariously short though. Like the one against Kingad was like plus 170, and he just like rinsed him for 3.
Yeah, I was at Australian Open, and you guys were giving me updates. I was like, wow, what a good bet. Don't
That
have to
was
make-
that was the card we all bet Bokang too. That was fun.
Yeah, I went big on the freaking minus 200 guy, and I was sweating, and I was like, "I'm doing the right thing." And you're like, "Yeah, I added more." And I was like, "Jesus."
Yeah, you're like, can you please give me a parlay piece for the card? I'm drunk at the Australian Open, and you're like,
then
I
just
taped it. I fucking
hammered
like.
him.
You're like, yeah, I taped it. I love this black little guy. He's the man.
Yeah, that's why I told Manpreet, I was like, ONE FC is actually good, but I can't be bothered going on YouTube and looking for their fights. So chuck it on freaking archive, mate. All right, we're gonna get out of here, man. Thanks very much for jumping in. Like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you later in the week.